I think that the biggest poster child for this was the Aldo fight. So it's finally happening, boys. January 15th, it was announced that the press conference between Cowboy and Conor McGregor is going to go down.
So we don't have to, look at Conor's bowel movements anymore and all this bullshit from Cowboy and what he's talking about. We can finally speculate legitimately a press conference.
And it really brings home a question, right? Because there's a lot, weigh-ins, press conferences, all these things. We love to do it. Tons of fans, all you guys love to do it, I'm sure. We really read into every little aspect of what goes down to the press conference.
And we love to overanalyze, right?
It's everybody plays armchair psychologist. Everyone tries to say like, oh wow, this fighter's
This guy's a real psychologist though.
I dropped out of grad school. So that being said, I think it really begs the question, right? Do press conferences even fucking matter at all? At all, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because man, what do you think?
So I think, anyway, I do think it matters. I think that you've been able to see almost consistently, right? When, at least with Conor McGregor's career, he's been able to absolutely obliterate his opponents mentally, and it's kind of like started this whole thing, right? Or even
it's like the Conor McGregor era where everyone says everyone else is a bum and all this kind of stuff, right?
Well, even with like, and on that era was like the Kevin Lee, Michael Chiesa fight. Right?
Oh yeah,
like
don't talk about my mom.
Yeah, that was wild.
That was hilarious.
And Kevin Lee fucked up Michael Chiesa like in grappling, which was insane. Anyway, and I really do think that a lot, and if you guys have ever like sparred or trained and stuff like that, if you're not there mentally when it comes to getting hit in the face,
you're done.
Exactly. If you don't believe in yourself, if there's some kind of doubt, you'll hesitate, right? And when you're trying to shave down your reactions to like a millisecond, that
self-doubt
can
become the difference.
Exactly.
Or even if it's not self-doubt, right? I think that the biggest poster child for this was the Aldo fight.
Yeah.
Where the press conferences, you cannot say the press conferences didn't matter. The press conferences, Conor got in Aldo's head, made Aldo angry, and then Aldo, was upset. I don't think he was like doubting himself necessarily, but he was like, okay, this is finally my opportunity to shut up this clown. And he charged at him. Boom.
Yeah. And then you guys might say like, oh, well, it didn't work all the time for Conor McGregor, right? Like he lost to Nate Diaz and he lost to Khabib. It didn't work on them. But you were still able to see like those two people
were unrattled.
They were unrattled and you could see it. Khabib did not give a fuck. Nate Diaz did not get a fuck.
You know what's kind of scary is I think Khabib did care. That's what's scarier. Khabib cared and he was just like, I will smash. But more now.
That's true. And that's different reactions,
completely different reaction. And it was like, I will smash, but more now. But I will do it disciplined. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Conor needs someone to get pissed and like, I want to, yeah! And like come at you like a banshee.
Yeah.
Or he wants them to doubt themselves.
Yes.
And this is, okay, so I agree with you that they can matter. I think, though, that people do read into them too much. And I will say and stake this claim. Dominic Cruz against Cody Garbrandt.
Oh, wow.
Dominic Cruz literally ran mental circles and rhetorical circles around Cody Garbrandt.
I think
everybody, including me, bro, was like, oh, Cody's done. He was shook. He was angry. Yeah. He was upset. Dom's done it again. Cody's broken.
I think, and you know me, I am the biggest Cody Garbrandt fan because we both have T-Rex arms and are tall for whatever division we fought in. Anyway, the point of the matter is, I think that
are you gonna say it? Are you gonna?
I don't think Cody Garbrandt's ever gonna get a master's degree in anything. I don't think he's gonna write a dissertation for a PhD anytime soon. My thing is that I think in Nate Diaz and Khabib's situation, they just have a very strong mental fortitude. I think Cody Garbrandt, I don't think the only fight IQ he needs is in his right hand. And let's just leave it at that.
I think that Cody is like If you play chess with a pigeon and the pigeon sits on the board and thinks they won the game, that was like Cody versus Cruz's trash talking. And I also love Cody. But man, that was so bad. Anyways, Cody doesn't. His PhD was that fight against Cruz, though, because that was masterful.
That was beautiful.
It was beautiful. That's my thing, though. I do think that there's very specific tells and specific things you can look for in fighters, which are like, oh, are they angry? And the Khabib anger was different. It was like angry, but still in control.
Yeah.
That's where you want to see fighters who are angry and like noticeably actually like passionate and flustered.
Yes.
Or you want to see guys who are kind of like a little bit of doubt, right? And you want to hear their language. That's the other thing. You want to hear how they talk about the fight and what they're going to say. Like, are they going to say they're going to actually win? Are they going to just say like, I'm going to show up and I'm going to try hard? Like, or are they talking differently than they normally do?
Yes, I agree.
That's the big thing. It's like, what's the fighter's pattern? And are they deviating from that pattern? Because some fighters are damn weird. Like Rose Namajunas, if I had an athlete that was talking like Rose before fights, I would just be like, what the hell? No. Because she, like, but it works for Rose, right? Yes. So if your fighter is Rose and she does Rose things, what are you going to say? Like, oh, she seems shook. Oh, she cried at the weigh-in. No, she always does that stuff. You should be scared, if anything. Yeah. So like if Cowboy was like Rose, I'd be like, oh, like
I think the biggest like case study would be Dustin Poirier. Dustin Poirier wears his emotions on his sleeves. He needs that self like belief, right?
Yeah.
And I think you weren't able to see that in the press conferences, but when Dustin went down to his corner at that Khabib fight for the first round and said, I just can't get him off me.
Yeah.
He was done. He was done, and you could
and it's
tell,
credit to Dustin, he lasted so long afterwards, right?
Yeah. And you could tell by the buildup of the interviews and the deep dives that they do before the week of the fight. Dustin was saying, I have so much belief in myself. This was the moment. This is where I was meant to be. This is what was building up. And then when he lost, you know, the way he was just absolutely gutted, and he was like, I just thought that this was my time. And like that was like really, really like, okay, this is a man that needs to, and all of us, right? All you men out there and all that, we need to believe in ourselves. Most human beings need to believe in themselves, right? In order to perform.
I would go so far to say all, except for maybe Rose Namajunas.
Yeah. But she's not a man, so there's that too.
You said humans.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, I said men first, but then I said humans. Obviously, Rose also
Rose might be a Martian.
Love her. I love her.
Rose might not be a human.
Thug Rose,
that
baby.
wouldn't surprise me that much.
Yeah.
That being said, though, guys, I do think that we're going to see a lot, and I think that Conor is not... I don't think Conor's going to come out and shit-talk Cowboy the way he's done to a lot of his other opponents.
Interesting.
And that he's done to Cowboy before. I think he's going to come out and be very...
Ooh, why, though?
I think it's because it doesn't... I think there's no reason to with this one.
Well, I also think that Cowboy, and now that this is us looking into interviews and stuff like that, but when Cowboy says, I'm your fucking friend. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, Justin Gaethje, how's it going, brother? He gets fucked up every single time.
Well, it's funny. That used to be a meme.
Big Brother, you know?
Well, every time that Cowboy is Big Brother the only time Cowboy, I'd say, wins is when he, or really, really, like, does super well that hasn't been broken, is when he's fighting someone he deems that he's like higher on the hierarchy than, who's not being as respectful as he thinks they should be.
Yeah.
Like he whooped Alex Hernandez and he whooped Miles Jury, but like friendship Cowboy gets smashed, angry Cowboy like Nate Diaz Cowboy gets smashed. So the only thing I want to see from Cowboy in this press conference is I'm going to win the fight, and like actually saying that confidently, because he's never said that once yet. Maybe like I don't even need to hear how he's gonna do it. I just want to see that Cowboy's head is actually there to actually win the fight, and not just to show up, and like his inner core, because I know he thinks that. Yeah. And from Conor, I'm not gonna be, as long as Conor's confident, and as long as he owns the room, that's all I need to see from Conor.
Yeah.
Whether he's talking shit or whether he's just kind of calm, cool, and collected. Yes, I took Cowboy. Yeah, I really just want to get back on the game. Blah, 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 blah. Probably some
I don't know what
shade.
accent that was, but it was close. Top of the morning to you. Here we go. I'm going to be able to beat the fuck out of Cowboy.
See, I don't think we're getting that. I don't think we're getting that.
With that, boys, give us a like, give us a subscribe, all that bullshit. Let us know. Talk as much shit as you want. And we're done rambling. Later, guys.
Give a dislike if you hate us.